Hey, everybody, I'm here with the miserable liberal, Steph Sabarato. Hey, Steph.
Hello, Jimmy.
Good to see you. Look good.
to see you.
Looking good on the camera. She does. So we've talked about how horrible the media is and how they've been covering the news. The Syrian thing and the gas attack and the Trump response, the bombing. And so, as Chomsky says, the news media is manufacturing consent. That's what they're doing. And keep in mind, all the news media, every newspaper, radio station, television station, every magazine owned by 6 companies. Six frickin' companies. So here so it's been horrible. And we've showed you, look at the other videos. Brian Williams, just the most unbelievable cheerleader for killing people with bombs and government-sponsored war. Just the biggest cheerleader you could have. Fareed Zakaria, but they're all horrible. So here's another horrible example. Here's Fox and Friends and Friends and Friends. This one might actually make your hair stand up on the back of your neck. That's how effed up this one is. So they start out, Trump dropped the biggest bomb in the world. It has the effect of a nuclear bomb. That's what they say. But I'm going to guess the big deal is it's not radioactive. That would be a big deal if it was. Not that we're against dropping depleted uranium-tipped bombs, because we drop them all over the Mideast, and they cause birth defects, and that's a chemical weapon, and we don't give a shit. But Trump just dropped it. I just want to remind people what Trump said about Afghanistan. See what Trump used to say about Afghanistan? Let's get out of Afghanistan. Our troops are being killed by the Afghanis. We train and we waste billions there. Nonsense. Rebuild the USA. That's the foreign policy that the United States people actually want. We want to get the F out of Afghanistan. If there was a vote to get the fuck out of Afghanistan, I'm sure it would win about 1,001% to nothing. The Americans would love to get out of Afghanistan. We've been bombing the people, one of the poorest countries in the entire world. We've been bombing them nonstop for 16 years. 16 frickin' years. There will be people going into the military next 2 years that weren't even born when that war started. That war's been going on their entire life. And now they're going to get in it. 16 years we've been bombing. 4 more years, Afghan war gets a gold watch. Gets to retire. So keep that in mind. That's the policy people really want. We don't get it. We elected Barack Obama, left-wing black guy with a Muslim name. We still got a right-wing military-industrial complex foreign policy, bombing the shit out of everywhere, overthrow Libya, ran out of bombs in Syria, drone bombing the world. 90% of the people who are killed by drones are civilians. And then we get Donnie Tanahan's in the power, we get the same shit. Doesn't matter. See how we have the one government? This is the video of us dropping the biggest bomb in the world. That's that 22,000-pound bomb that has such a blast that it's comparable to a nuclear bomb. The blast. It's the biggest bomb ever. It was developed at 2003. It was developed. Biggest bomb we have. We dropped it in Afghanistan. And Fox and Friends is covering it. And do you hear the song they're playing underneath it? It's called the Red, White, and Blue. That's what we do. We bomb poor people in the poorest country in the world with the most advanced technologically advanced bomb in the world. That's what we do. So let's listen to this. This is fantastic. Brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Yeah, we can't give you a decent job in America, but we can blow the shit out of poor people who don't have an Air Force. Yeah. They're playing fucking music under that shit.
I believe it's Toby Keith.
It is Toby Keith. Talk about glorifying. Are we glorifying killing? Wouldn't you, if those were black people doing that, wouldn't you call them thugs at Fox News? They'd be called thugs, right? But not if we do it to the poorest people in the world that we've been bombing for 16 fucking years. I bet this will fix everything. I bet we'll win now and we can leave, right? No. There was a time when we invented weapons to fight wars. Now we live in a time where we invent wars so we can manufacture weapons. And that's a perfect example of it. And watch these guys go apeshit for it.
When a 21,000-pound bomb explodes in the Afghanistan-Pakistan region, where at least 36 ISIS fighters have lost their life.
That's right.
Welcome to the final hour of the week on Fox and Friends. And guess who's here? Do you recognize him?
Geraldo Rivera. Hey, Geraldo. Geraldo, that video's black and white.
Good morning.
That is what freedom looks like. That's the red, white, and blue.
Well,
That is what freedom looks like. We just got done killing 1 million people who didn't have it coming in Iraq. 1 million. We just got done killing 1 million fucking people in Iraq. You think you could shut the fuck up for 5 seconds about how cool it is when we kill people? You think you could shut up for 5 seconds? You think you could ask Jesus what he would say? Because you ask Jesus about every other stupid goddamn thing. What do you think Jesus would say about that? You hypocrites. You fucking menace. And listen to what Geraldo says afterwards. That's America, right, by the way, because America isn't about giving people jobs anymore, or we don't even give people health care in America, but we can certainly spend how many $1 million on that bomb? And blow up people. That's what we do, baby, red, white, and blue. You should be proud that we're so fucking stupid. That we don't even take care of our own people. And we show videos on our news shows of us killing other people, poor people in poor countries. And everybody go pop the cork, baby. Yay! We're the greatest country in the world. I heard half your population's poor. Doesn't matter. You see, we blew something up. We're going to play music on it. That's the red, white, and blue, baby. Good day. The red, white, and blue, baby. And listen to Jagoff Geraldo Rivera. What a fucking dumb. Listen to him.
one of my favorite things in the 16 years I've been here at Fox News is watching bombs drop on bad guys.
That's one of his favorite things in his 16 years at Fox News is watching bombs drop on bad guys. Bombs drop on bad guys? You mean like we dropped them in Iraq and killed 1 million people? Or how about how we dropped them in Libya and turned it into a safe haven for terrorists and a failed state? Or how about how we ran out of bombs in Syria and we bombed hospitals? Did you enjoy that? Because we bomb hospitals all the time. How about the cluster bombs that we sell to Saudi Arabia and they drop on fishing villages in Yemen and kill 90% of the people are civilians? How about our drone bombs when we drop a drone on people and it kills 90% of the people killed are civilians? And we know that. Is that what's one of your favorite things too, Geraldo, you fucking dummy? What a soulless piece of menace to this goddamn, to this country. This is your media. This is your, and it's happening not only at Fox. I'm not picking on Fox. MSNBC's doing the same goddamn shit. CNN's doing the same goddamn stuff.
And you know, Jimmy, it's so nefarious. It's so scary that these people are wearing beautiful suits, nice dresses. They look healthy. They have all the advantages, and they're gleeful about killing people
Because they are soulless, bought corporate tools who will literally cheer on the death of other people at the behest of the most powerful and technologically advanced military in the world, fighting against people who don't even own a plane. It's disgusting.
And you know what? Americans don't want this.
Americans do not want the war in Afghanistan.
Or Syria.
Or Syria. Or Iraq. Or Libya. Or any other goddamn place you want to start a war in the Middle East. Or Africa. Let's remember we're in bed with the worst dictators in the goddamn region. Saudi Arabia, the most extreme theocracy in the fucking world. We're in bed with them. We sell them cluster bombs to drop on fishing villages. It's almost too much.
It is.
Because you run into these morons and what are you talking about? He gassed his people. Aren't we supposed to bomb them? Blah, 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 blah. Hey, I get you're working 3 jobs. You don't have enough time to look into shit. But your start jumping off point is the Iraq War was a complete lie. We killed 1 million people, and our establishment media went along with it 1,000%. Your jumping off point should be the media and the government are fucking lying. That's your starting point. Not that they're telling the truth until someone proves them wrong. The starting point is the government and the media are lying about the war, about bombing, about everything foreign policy related. They're lying. That should be your jumping off point. Not, well, what are you talking about? All the newspapers said it and all of that. You should be, they're lying. And don't say anything until they show you proof. Guess what? They're not going to show you proof because they don't have proof that we gassed anybody, that anybody got gassed in Syria, except the ISIS did it to themselves. That's the evidence. Oh. That is the news that the corporate America will gladly fund. They will gladly fund that news. They will gladly fund Brian Williams nutting in his pants while he watches a Tomahawk missile take off. They will gladly fund that. They will gladly fund Fareed Zakaria, a world-class, overeducated jagoff who also wants to find a way where he can fuck a missile. He loves it so much. If there's a way he could fuck a war, he would. Oh, the president, Trump became president tonight when he dropped those bombs on Syria. Fuck you, Fareed Zakaria. Mouthpiece for war. Someone should blow up your village. See how you like, oh, you know what? ISIS became presidential. They blew up my village. And they don't have any problem funding that shit. They don't have any problem funding that. The corporations, all the money they can throw at MSNBC and CNN and Fox News, all the money. Isn't it weird? Like on the brink of World War III, they don't want to fund the people who are telling the truth about this stuff? Isn't that weird? That they pulled the rug out from underneath shows like this? Isn't that weird? I think it is. Thanks to everybody who supports this kind of news show. Thanks to everybody who supports this kind of... I'm just a nightclub comedian who is forced to do this because of what the shit I see on television and read in the newspapers. That's why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this because I'm a better person. I'm doing this because I can't stand what the fuck is going on, and it's happening exactly like it happened before, and everybody's going along with it. That's why I'm doing this. Because this is crazy what's happening. People rolling over to the corporations, the corporate media, and their call for war, the military-industrial complex. Every goddamn war we've been in since World War II has been bullshit. Can't give health care to our own people, but everybody can sit there and cheer a fucking 22,000-pound bomb dropped on one of the poorest countries in the world. That's red, white, and blue, baby. That's America. That's his favorite thing to do in the last 16 years, to watch us bomb people. Because that's all we do. What else do we do?
You know, he likes to watch all of this from the comfort of the United States, somewhere in Manhattan.
Right.
He's not reporting on any of this. Has he gone to any of these places in the last 16 years? I don't think so.
I remember when his daughter was in France during that attack, he was shitting his pants. Make sure my daughter's, oh my God, my daughter's, oh my God. So when it's your daughter, you see that it's another human being. But when it's someone you don't know, you like it. You like killing. You like to watch our corporate government kill other poor people for fossil fuels. And then you call them bad guys. You know those 1 million bad guys in Iraq? It's disgusting what's happening. I can talk about it. I can go to rallies. I can try to raise awareness, but there's and consciousness about this. And that's all I can do. That's what I'm doing. And if I can get that done, I'll be happy. If I can, if this video or if the videos that we do at this channel, we have what 226,000 something close to 250,000 people subscribing to the show. If they watch these videos, and maybe we will make it. Maybe we can change people's minds. Maybe we can have people show up at a congressman's town hall and say, what the fuck are you doing with our foreign policy? When are you going to end those wars? Enough with the war. But this is endless war for endless peace. That's what Orwell said. We got it. And we live in a surveillance state. So anybody who wants to push back, they got my emails, they got my telephone calls, they got my texts, they got everything I've ever done on the internet. They could smear me and take me down like that. Oh, Jimmy, you went to an ISIS website. Oh, what was that? You went to a Kremlin bank? You went to a Kremlin bank's website?
You watched RT?
Oh my God, Jimmy, I don't know if you know this, but there's child porn on your computer. No, there isn't. Yes, there is. Throw them away. And we repeal habeas corpus so we don't have to give them a fucking trial. So, our government would never do that. Our government would never do anything nefarious. You know, our government run by Trump. You know, the CIA run by Pompeo, who's cool with torture, war crimes. They wouldn't do anything bad. They just have their surveillance state for our own safety. It's disgusting, and I'm doing everything I can. I hope you do what you can. And they're doing everything they can to make sure this message doesn't get out by defunding our show and shows like this. But I'm going to keep telling the truth about it. Why not?